Hello YouTube, as usual I've started a job I probably should have involved you in. We've started to make custom brass links. These may or may not be available to purchase at some point once I've nailed the technique. I have just bought, we're not even focused, over there, that's where we want the focus, there we go. Yeah, I've just bought a lathe. And I noticed that there was a few places you could get these, but getting a custom length, not the easiest. So this was my first effort. Where is it? There. So this was my first effort, and if I can get the light off of it, so you can see, like, we got some tooling marks and stuff like that. And then I thought, do you know what, I'll actually make some for Spidey. I don't know whether you can see that, whether the exposure's good, but we've got a beautiful finish on this one. And the transition is almost perfect. But this was made with a very, very simple, I've used the word janky, what am I trying to say? A very janky setup. So we did it on a bench drill that just isn't very good. If any of you are wondering whether you should purchase this Wolf bench drill, then I'm going to save you some money and some headache. Don't buy it. I mean, it'd be okay if you were just going to be drilling stuff that didn't need any kind of tolerance or precision. Like, if those things weren't a big deal, then you're going to be fine. But my advice is just don't. So what we're going to be doing, and I'll be back at you when I've done it, is we are going to be taking out the top links. We're going to be fitting a 10mm shorter, that isn't one of them, we're going to be fitting a 10mm shorter top link, and then the bottom links, the lower links, are going to be getting replaced with these beautiful brass ones that I made. I made a thing, I did this myself. Thanks to Crawler Canyon for the inspiration. A whole new era is upon us. So I'll be back with you in a second. I should probably give you some numbers because this is the mere chassis build. And the kit does not come with links. So if you were trying to achieve a Spidey length, sorry, let's get this in the shot. Right, these will be approximations because I'm not going to waste too much time. So about 118 for what was that? That was the top links, and the ones I've taken off for the bottom links were bear with me. Oh really? The tops and the bottoms were the same length. Hey, do you know what, guys? To give or take a millimetre, they were the same length. So let's call them 118, and we have come down eye to eye to about 111. So we've taken just 7mm off of the reach of the front of the vehicle. So we will be sucking that front wheel in a little bit, which, if you remember, that was the point, if you remember from the other video, that was the whole point of this. Hey babe.
There's no bloody spaces in the compartments.
No what?
Spaces in the compartments.
Right.
That means I can't send it from
Well,
there.
no, it means you'll have to go to one of the other ones, yeah.
Well, I'm not fucking going anywhere else. We'll have to do it tomorrow.
Alright.
Alright?
Oh, babe, you know I was doing video, right?
Oh, shit, sorry.
Alright, babe.
I'm so sorry.
That's alright, love ya.
Oh, I did. Is someone collecting? Oh, she can have the same problem. Alright, love you.
Love you, bye.
Bye.
Living with somebody, being in a relationship with somebody that has really bad anxiety can take its toll. But I have to remember that it's more difficult for Lisa to be Lisa than it is for me to be with Lisa. And if you were wondering, the RC mummy's name is Lisa. So I thought I would come back at you at this point so you could behold the beauty which is the brass links that we have made for Spidey. I spoke to Mr. Canyon, and by the way, if you're wondering where the tutorial is for this, I'm going to leave you a link to that guy, because I'm not the guy to teach you how to do this because I'm still learning. He is that guy. I know a guy. And he can show you everything that I've used here in a brilliant video. We've got really good clearance. I think we could have done with slightly different ball ends, but I will measure the gaps. So yeah, no, they will. So we'll have a little bit. Oh, do you know what? We've got really good triangulation, but yeah, they could have been a little bit tighter. So that's just because I used whatever ball ends that I had to hand. But look, we've got brass lowers. This is my first go, guys. I'm so happy with these. They are going to slide beautifully. And of course, we have shortened the front end, so we may need to move shock positions. I've moved the shock position back one on the front, so we are getting a little bit more squish. We've effectively changed the spring rate. I actually kind of like the way the front works. Sadly, we're still a little bit undersprung, although I've stood the shock up a bit. It is better, but as soon as that overdrive kicks in, I should imagine we're still going to get a little bit more collapsing in the back. But because we've come back, we've also we've shortened the distance at which it's mounted, which means she should sit up a little bit higher. And if I can get the camera, I wanted a breakover machine. I wanted a scale, very capable scale scrawler that had good breakover, and the skid angle and everything is looking really good. We're probably going to make some changes still, but I'm really happy. We're not getting too much squish. We're not getting too much flex, an amount of flex that I'm happy with. We're getting a little bit less in the front by the look of it, so that's where we're at. Trying to pull the camera back, and that's where we are in the front. But it's a good amount. It's an amount that I'm happy with. We are going to get a battery in this, and I'm going to take it out tomorrow. You will see that video in the next day or so. That is my promise to you. Everything seems to be moving really nicely. So I am just getting ready to go out and do a wet weather test. So one of the Canyon Aeros, we don't have a drive shaft on, but we're not going to worry about that for the minute. One of the Canyon Aeros has been out, and in his is a vigor. Is that the word I'm looking for? Or in his need to just get out and drive with these new Rhino Crawler tyres. He's been out and he's driven in inclement weather conditions just because he wanted to experience the Rhino Moser, and he came back singing the praises of that. This is really difficult to do. There we go, Ron. Without a drive shaft in. So yeah, he went out in inclement weather conditions. Are we cross-threaded? No, we're not having... There we go. Inclement weather conditions, and it was a very, very wet. In fact, he said some of the spots on the rocks were difficult for him to stand on. That was how wet and slippery it was. And I'm quoting from the comment in the 404 chat, so I may be paraphrasing slightly, but I believe the words he used were, "I have never driven these lines this well with any Proline tyre." And then there was something about the performance, even though it's wet, being, you know, up there. I think I'm going to put the comment in because I don't want to. I'm not here to mislead anybody. That is not what we are about. So we had a bit of a lean over there. I was just a little bit concerned. Right, so let me tell you guys, we've got ignore the drive shaft. Oh, I'm not even in shock. Come on, mate. Get it together. We've got even better clearance everywhere. Now, do we like the pinion and caster angle? So the pinion angle, kind of difficult for me to show you with this camera angle, but the pinion angle is good, and the caster angle, I mean, it's really good on the Mias anyway, but we are getting a lot of steering. So this has been an overwhelming success so far, but how about how it's affected the body? We might want to lay that shock over. We're undersprung in the back and oversprung in the front, so that is something that needs addressing. Spidey drives very well in spite of the springing, should we call it an issue? Springing situation. The body just pretty much falls into place now. Right, look at how sexy Spidey sits now. So let me get it into a position. Oh, look. See, she sits much better back in, trying to get it so the wheel. So I don't know whether you remember, she was really out there. We've only come back 7 mil, but what a difference. What a difference a day makes. Just 24 little hours. Sorry, yeah. That's what it's like in my brain, you know. I hear part of a phrase, or something that's in a song, lyric I should say, part of a phrase or lyric that's in a song, and then my brain just wants to do it. Yeah, look at that. Whoa, she's looking really good. So there you go, guys. I am going to link 2 links again by that guy over at the Crawler Canyon. So we can't do the thing, but that is springing. We do have quite a lot of weight up high still. So what I was trying to do was just to settle that down on its side. So side hilling may not be optimal, but I think Spidey's looking pretty good. Thank you for tuning in to watch this iFit Brass Links episode. Tomorrow we are going to be taking these out and doing an extreme weather video. We are going to take these out and we are going to drive the Rhino Moser 1.9s on wet rock. And it's not going to be trees, guys, it's going to be rocks. There might be some trees, but there's also going to be some rock. That is my promise to you. And there's nothing left for me to say. But remember, guys, no matter the question, love is always the answer.